Hey creative friends, it's Gwen and I'm back today with another scrapbooking process video. I am stash diving for this one. I've pulled out a bunch of boy themed supplies. These are all from Coco Vanilla Studio and I do have a bit of a plan. I'll be working with the exclusive Cut of the Month design by Cut To You, so let's get cutting. I have gone ahead and backed the design and there are 30 of the little sections there. So what I did was grab a bunch of the prints and patterns in the collections that I have where I had a small amount of that print. And this is a great way to use up all of those little bits and pieces that might be hanging around. And I really love that sort of eclectic look that it gives the cut file. I really wanted to make this one a background feature for my page, so I did cut it out as large as I physically could. I've just allowed that 1/2 inch border around all 4 sides. Whilst this design is a geometric and I am using it today to create a masculine feeling layout, I know that I'm going to reuse this one because I feel like I could use it for Christmas, for a feminine layout, so something more soft and delicate. And I'm really excited actually to see what it's going to look like in lots of different themes. As I mentioned earlier, it is for the exclusive Cut of the Month members. So if you want more details on that, check the description box below. The background for the layout is now all done. I have created the frame and added a stitched border. I have also mounted my photo. I did decide to go blue. I think the colors in this layout are a bit out there, but I actually like that about it. They do match with the photo. There's blue and green in the photo and grey, and that's sort of what made me choose the colours that I have thus far, and just thought I'd have a bit of fun with it actually and just mix and match some things. Use up some of these older supplies. They are a combination of the boy collections from Coco Vanilla Studio, just mixing and matching and having fun with this one. For those who don't know, my husband is a photographer, so he is actually not in very many photos because he's the one taking them. But this particular photo was on my birthday, not my birthday that we just had, but a few years back. And my birthday gift that I asked everyone for was a little photo shoot. So we went down to our local hotel that he does a lot of work at for weddings, and we asked if we could jump on site and just take a few shots, and this is the one that I took of him. I decided that while I was in stash busting mode, why not try and use up one of the larger titles that come in this collection. So I did go with "You Are the Best," and I'm going to run that down the left-hand side of the layout, and then the photo is going to balance that out on the right. So this will end up being the sort of main structure for the layout, and it was at this point that I thought I really need to be careful here because it's not going to need very much. I am going to have to keep it fairly simple, otherwise it's going to end up looking way too busy. The thing is too, I've spent a lot of time backing the cut file, so I don't really want to go and now cover all of that hard work up. So to start, I'm going to just add in a couple of extra details around the edge of my photo. And while I'm doing that, I'm sitting here thinking, this is looking all quite blocky. It's all very rectangular and quite solid feeling at the moment, and I need a way to soften up the edges a little bit. I did consider switching out the word best for awesome just to sort of mix up the title a little bit. See how the title sort of forms a rectangle and then the photos are rectangle, and then obviously all of the cut file lines are very straight and square like. Yeah, I thought that the word awesome might help with that, but it was too long. So what I did decide to do was go in with some circle elements. There are quite a few circles left over in my embellishments. There was a flare button that I wanted to use, and I know that those round elements will help break up that sort of, squareness. I did want to add a little bit more navy, so I was really happy to see that thumbs up round element there on the right. perfect shade of navy, and it is going to form a little cluster there in the bottom right hand corner of the photo. I'm working towards a plan where the eye will travel from the top left hand corner down to the bottom right hand corner along the diagonal, but it will get distracted by the title. So I will have to have a think about that. Oh my gosh, did you see that? The lid of my glue just randomly started rolling into the frame. Okay, so yes. Gluing down the title, you will have noticed that I have lifted it up ever so slightly above the top edge of the photo. I just felt like the line was better to have it slightly higher there. And here I am going to place in some more of those circle elements that I was talking about. Boy, did I have a hard time scooching that in under there. It's because everything's glued down, the title. The photo has double-sided tape but no liquid adhesive, and I think that's helped me get away with that. And here is where the fun and games in that top left-hand corner begin. I did audition that big rectangular piece that said awesome, I think. A is for awesome. Way too rectangular. Need to keep going on this circle theme and idea that I have. The sticker says 100% awesome, and I really love it. I feel like it balances out the thumbs up circle element really, really well. They've both got navy blue in them, and I don't know why I didn't just leave it at that. No, I needed to audition a million other things around the layout. I did even change up the foam that was behind that piece. I wasn't sure whether I wanted the edge of the circle to overlap the top of the photo edge there. See, I placed it and then I thought about it, and you'll see in a minute I do change that up. I really wish I would just trust my initial gut feeling more and not doubt myself and be like, oh, but I wonder what this looks like there, and I wonder if this change could make it better, because I very frequently do this. I do the shuffle, I mix and match and change stuff, and then it just ends up back exactly how it was right at the very beginning. I did consider adding this little tab piece in, and it does, again, it gets auditioned from left to right to right to left to left to right, and then it didn't fit right, and then I thought maybe it's because the circle's in the wrong spot. So then I readjusted that, but then I found this extra pack of ephemera that was kicking around. This one is not even opened yet. So I thought, you know what, let me just see what a couple of these extra elements can do to help pull it all together. I found this really fun banner piece that says Mr. Fantastic, and I really love it and I really want to use it. So more scooching is required. I removed that 100% awesome sticker, and I did too. That was the thing. I did want to add in this camera piece as well. As I mentioned, my husband's a photographer, so it's quite a fitting icon to put on a layout all about him. So more shuffling and more auditioning is required. It's funny too, because I was actually just going to cut all of this part out. I really like to make videos that are to the point that you can follow along with and create a layout just like this one. So you wouldn't necessarily need to see all of this fussing, but it's a nice reminder for you that things don't always come together for me. You always see the best layouts, you see the best of the process. It's a very edited version of what actually happens. So I thought for fun today, we will leave this little bit in. And look, see what I've done? I've gone and added the circle right back where I had it way at the beginning. I even changed the foam tape back up again, back down again to the lower tape so that it could fit under the photo, so that I would have space for my Mr. Fantastic banner. If only I had left it where I placed it in the beginning. I do still want to get this camera on this layout though, and I was hoping to have it go along the edge of the photo, but it was a bit large for that. But I did find a spot for it up the top there, and then that left the round element that says rad to go over that top part of the photo. Things are getting serious because I am gluing stuff down, including these cute little crosses. They were just chipboard elements that were in one of the packs. So I have 3 of those, and they are actually going to help guide the eye on that path that I want it to go. So I've got 2 up the top of the layout, and you'll see 1 in the bottom right-hand corner. I'll leave some close-up images here so you can see all of those details. If you like the way that I scrapbook or the way that I chat about the way that I scrapbook, and you also love scrapbooking boys, I have a video to share with you. I'll link it right here. Thanks for spending your creative time with me. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, bye.